Welcome to Dig Inspiration, a quick recap where we dig deeper into the story behind the story. In each bite-sized episode, I'll revisit key moments from our incredible guests, highlighting the most inspiring parts of the stories they share. And today, we're dropping a quick reflection on some of the most memorable parts of my talk with Brodie Dunn, Director of Strategic Insights with PepsiCo Foods in North America. First, I love a conversation about distinctive brand assets, and the Cheetos Cheetle is such a dynamic example. So Cheetle, right? That's the dust that covers your fingers when you're eating Cheetos. And Brodie talked about how the team leverages both System 1 cues related to Cheetle to really trigger those deep connections that we see on display in their Super Bowl ads. And as he talked about, the magic really happens when System 1 reactions and System 2 reactions align. Those are some of the most memorable and effective ads that we see at the Super Bowl. And Brodie talked about how when you're Frito and your household penetration is like 98% in the US, you have to think about incrementality in a new way. You have to think about it from a human standpoint and how you can grow your role in people's lives, how you can be consumed in new moments, where you can be discovered in new channels. It's really translating the research question of incrementality into a human question. Obviously, Frito could be considered lucky that they have to think about incrementality in that way, but what an important point to think about how can you be incremental in people's lives. And I love Brodie's perspective on the value of experiences, especially with the explosion of GLP-1s. Product consumption is changing, so the food industry needs to rethink how it can deliver experiences. I think this is a really important point of reflection for brand leaders, right? You need to consider the retail dynamics, the consumer engagement and loyalty programs, in-person events, all of these things you can do as a brand to connect through experience. And speaking of experiences, I am going to find my way into one of Brodie's travel itineraries. I'm definitely going to take him up on shopping at the Central Market in Plano and making that BLT soup. So sign me up, Brodie. Well, that's your Dig Inspiration recap for the week. We would love to hear your takeaways and thoughts on the conversation. So please visit the link in the description and leave us a comment.